first reservists, we acknowledge the men and women who manage an incredible balancing act. For much of the time, they're ordinary members of the public, with ordinary lives and ordinary jobs.
But when duty calls, they can be amongst the toughest, most professional and most determined soldiers on the battlefield. And that's definitely the case with Private Simon Sunderland, whose incredible story took him from the factory floor to the front line.
I just work on the production line, building engines basically, and that's it. But for the last 22 years, I've also been the TA.
In 2011, after a tour of Iraq and a previous tour of Helmand Province, Simon Sunderland once again found himself on the front line.
My wife reckons I'm on my third midlife crisis now. You can live your whole life and not do anything, if you know what I mean.
When I found out I was going on another tour of Afghanistan, I think I could have quite easily killed him myself, to be fair, but if I was the mums of the young lads who are out there, I would be glad there was somebody older there, somebody I know they could turn to.
The younger private soldiers looked up to Sonny. He was almost like a dad within the checkpoint.
On top of the father figure role, Simon was also at the front of most patrols checking for improvised explosives. And while on one mission in December, this ordinary man became an extraordinary soldier and nearly sacrificed everything to protect his mates.
The patrol was moving into the green zone and into where we knew the enemy were. It was a place where the bad guys didn't want us to come. We knew that there was a firefight imminent. The guys on the ground could feel it. And you knew that something was about to happen.
Just went mad, just went mental.
4 soldiers ahead of Simon were trapped by the Taliban ambush and scrambled to find cover.
The rounds were literally inches above mine and the 3 lads behind us' heads.
Whip him down! I was stuck in the middle of this road. I just got on my front and started putting some fire down. There's not very much you could do. Rounds were coming, hitting the wall behind you. I could even go past me, but I never thought nothing of it at the time.
Simon was just in the middle of the road, lying on his belt buckle, no cover whatsoever.
He was just going for it, really, giving them everything back. I think it could have been a totally different situation if he weren't there to provide that cover for us.
He chose to stay where he was because he was the point man, and his role in those circumstances was to protect everybody else, and that's exactly what he did.
You can either crack on, or you just end up in pieces doing nothing. It's only when it sort of like calms down and that's when you start thinking, what if?
Simon's ability under pressure to think straight, to aim straight, was absolutely and unequivocally the difference between them surviving and not surviving.
There isn't a single man in the platoon that doesn't acknowledge how brave he was to do it. Every part of you just wants to curl up, but he stood firm, and what he did undoubtedly saved lives.
And let's remember that this isn't even his day job. This is something that he does in addition to his day job.
And I bet he makes great diesel engines too, ladies and gentlemen, Simon Sunderland.
To present Simon with his award, please would you welcome a model with grace, style and beauty, alongside a man whose idea of grace and beauty is probably one of Simon's diesel engines. It's Elle Macpherson and Jeremy Clarkson.
If you want
Extraordinary, isn't it? We're told all the time that when people come back from Afghanistan, soldiers, that they need to be surrounded by people who've been through the same experiences and who do the same job. And yet you come back and you're not surrounded by people who do the same job. And that's what makes that story, for me, so incredible. And it's why you deserve this award so much.
And Simon, it gives me great honour to present this to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
I'm speechless. Honestly, it's just completely out of the blue. I never expected to be here tonight, and I just want to say thanks to 4 Yorks and 1 Yorks, because without them, that's it. Thank you. Thanks very much.
It's time now for one of this year's Judges' Special Recognition Awards. And